today we are going to take a look at a couple of things. First of all, we are going to look at the overview of the market. Then we will review something that I noted in my past video, and we'll take a look at the scenarios that I have for next week, and we will call it a day. Okay? What you can see here pretty much is a weekly chart of SPX. I'm going to kind of use both SPX and NASDAQ futures throughout this video, okay? But for now, I want to show you something in SPX. So this is a weekly chart for SPX. And as you can see here, if you take a look at this candle, it's what is called a bullish engulfing candle. The body of this candle covers the body of the previous candle. And where this thing happens is critical. It's really not about having engulfing candles, but also the positioning of these engulfing candles. When you have a bullish engulfing candle at the bottom of a correction, that's pretty important, okay? Just like we have here. So that's the first thing I want you to take note of. So what this is signifying, at least high probability, is that the market is going to go up. Okay, so now that we have looked at the weekly, let's take a look at the daily. So even though we have a weekly bullish engulfing candle, what can you see here? I've actually highlighted these three candles. You can see this, this, and this. These are indecision candles, quite frankly. This is more of an indecision candle than this and this. The market got up here, the bears pushed it down, the bulls pushed it up. So the market is undecided where to go. Similar thing happened here. You know, the bulls pushed it up all the way up, and the bears pushed it all the way down. Similar thing happened here. The bulls pushed it up, and the bears pushed it down a little bit. And then after these candles, what do you see? You see a correction. Same thing for this place. And here we are, all right? Yes, the price jumped over this trend line, but that does not necessarily mean that this trend is broken. And I'm going to do another video to show you what has to happen for a trend to be broken. There are multiple cases where you think the trend has been broken and then the market continues to go down. But when I talk of trend, I'm talking about a bearish trend, okay? So there are cases where you have a bearish trend and you think that bearish trend has been broken, but the market just turns around and continues to go down, just like what we have here. So you need to be very careful. Bottom line is that you need to be very careful at this point. You're not sure whether the market is going up or the market is going down. If you stay with me, I'm going to show you the scenarios that I have and what my thought process is and why I think the market is going to go where I think it's going. Okay? So stay with me as we move into the next section of this video. Okay, so this is my first scenario. If you watched my last video, I had explained this very clearly, and I'm going to show you a clip of my last video or a screenshot of where I thought the price was going to come to and then move up. All right, so take a look at that screenshot and you're going to see where the price hits. I estimated that the price was going to come down to this green box, and that's exactly what it did, and then we bounced back up just like I said. And now we are at that critical area that I mentioned in that video as well. So take a look at that screenshot and we'll come back. Okay, so we came down to that green box and then we moved back up. So the question now is, what next? So this is my first scenario. This is the bullish scenario, okay, that we discussed in my last video. The market has now made something like a five wave up, which is impulsive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This fifth wave, I doubt is complete. I think it's still going to come up a little bit more to this resistance area. And if you can see this area, these are areas of resistance. And then we're going to move down for a wave 2. Okay. And then we'll move back for a wave 3, 4, and 5. And then the bigger correction begins. Okay, so let's take a look at this on SPX. So this is my thought process for SPX. I'm thinking again, there will be a marginal high on Tuesday, and then the market is going to correct to come down here and most likely close this gap. I think we're going to close this gap. Then you see the market will come down a little bit more. So we're going to come down, most likely close this gap, and then continue back up for a wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. So this is my first scenario. I think market is going to play out this way, but I'm not sure, but I give it a high probability, all right? So this is the bullish scenario. Now let's go to the bearish case. So this is the bearish scenario, and this scenario says that we have made a WXY, okay, for a circle W, moving back up for a circle X, and then we're going to continue down. So you want to be very careful at this area. The market most likely is going to move down, but I do not think it's going to continue down. So you want to be very careful. So if you go short here, you want to exit down here. Okay. Let me show you on the SPX. You want to exit down here if the market closes this gap. But depending on how the market is moving, you may still stay short and the market may actually just continue down. All right, for this bearish case. Okay, so that's really the two scenarios that I have, and I had discussed in my previous video, the bullish scenario and the bearish case one. So please trade very carefully. If you derive value from this video, please share, subscribe, and like this video. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate your audience. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Thank you.